And the little subheading, ladies and gentlemen, on division would be writing quotients with mixed numbers, which means quotients with mixed numbers, which simply means sometimes, children, sometimes remainders don't make sense. That means this. You write down this example problem. I don't know. Bob divided the 4-pound salami into 5 equal pieces. How big was each piece? And if you think about that, if you've ever seen the log of salami, is there going to be comments after everything I say? Save them all to the end, Grayson, and then you can come back to my desk and like spew them all off. Alright, so here's your salami. It is 5 pounds. I am chopping it into 4 equal pieces. So what type of problem is that? If you're cutting something into equal pieces, it is a division problem, right? Wait, I'm sorry, this was 4 pounds. And I'm cutting it into 5. Wait, let's change that. Let's make it 5 pounds and I'm cutting it into 4 equal pieces. Good thing you have pencils and stuff. Just because that will make our life a little easier. It is 5 pounds. How much salami are we is going to be in each piece? Well, you know it's a division problem. So it is 5 pounds. I'm cutting it into 4 equal pieces. If I do the problem kind of like we have been doing it, I know 4 goes into 5 once, and I have a 1 left over. Well, the problem with that, boys and girls and ladies and gentlemen, is if you ask somebody for a remainder 1 part of salami, that makes no sense. The guy, the little guy, if you've ever gone to the meat counter in Jewel, if you ask the guy to give you 1 pound remainder 1 of salami, he is going to look like you are just completely bonkers. Which means this: if it's a story problem, you have to say, well, I can't use remainders for this. I have to make this a mixed number. And how do I make it a mixed number? It's a pretty simple little process here. First of all, the 1, this number up here is your whole number. And you are then going to take your remainder. Your remainder goes on top of the fraction. That little 1 that was my remainder is the top of the fraction. And your, what we lovingly call here the divisor, the number that was outside of the fraction, goes on the bottom. So when you go to the whoever meat guy, we'll do a couple more. When you go to the meat guy, you will tell him you want 1 1/4 pounds of salami, and he will understand that because he can do that. He can't give you a 1 remainder 1, but he can give you 1 1/4 pounds. Another example would be this. Let's say, I don't know, Steve had, I don't know, 3 cookies. And he was dividing it between him and a friend. Between him and a friend. So there are 2 of them. He has 3 cookies. 1, 2, 3. Let's change that. Let's make it 5 cookies, because he's hungry. he takes all 5 of them and he's cutting them into 2 equal groups, and we could actually do this by hand. Okay? He would say, okay, my friend gets a cookie, I get a cookie. My friend gets a cookie, I get a cookie. But I'm left with this one here. I take 5, divide it by 2. Everybody gets 2 cookies. But I'm left with this 1 here. I can't say remainder 1 of a cookie because there's no such thing. What do I have to do with this cookie?
Split it in half.
You're going to split in half, and Steve's going to get half, and his friend is going to get half, which means that's what happens here. 2 is my whole number. My remainder goes on top over here, and the divisor is the number right here, 2 1/2. 2 1/2 cookies. Or, let's say 3 5th graders divide, what are we going to divide? We need something we can cut into pieces.
Pizza.
You can't.
Pizza.
Sure.
Pear.
Divide
Even inch.
10 let's go 11 pizzas. How much do they each get? And we could do that again. We could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that you talking? Is he rubbing off on you? So 3 of them get 11 pizzas there. So you could do it like this. Okay, person number 1 gets 1, then 2 gets 1, and then 3 gets 1. 1 gets another one, 2 gets another one, 3 gets another one, 1 gets another one, 2 gets another one, 3 gets another one. So they each got, let's do it actually out, 11 divided by 3, it goes in there 3 times, which is 9. And I'm left with 2 pizzas left. How do I split 2 pizzas among 3 people? Caleb, how do I split 2 pizzas among 3 people? By? What do I have to do to each pizza? Cut it into what? Nope, halves would work because it doesn't go in there. Ava? Cut it into thirds. Because then person number 1's going to get a third, he's going to third, they're going to get a third, person number 1's going to get a second third, they're going to get another second third, which means you are going to get, and remember how we made mixed number? This number goes on top, the remainder goes on top, and this number goes on the bottom. Everybody gets 3 whole pizzas and 2/3 of another one. So to make that mixed number, remember you take your remainder, it goes on the top of the fraction, and the divisor goes on the bottom of the fraction, 3 and 2/3. And that's where your mixed number comes from. So if it's a story problem and remainders don't make sense, you have to use the fractional part of it. Otherwise, people will get very, very confused. Caleb. 3/5. If 11 pizzas were divided among 5 people, everybody would get 2 whole pizzas, and then you have to put this over this, and everybody else would get, you'd also get 1/5 of another pizza. That would be there.